I managed to get quite a lot of work done, 3 new videos. And then in total, I edited 6 videos, so 3 from last night, 3 from this morning. Got them all edited, uploaded, and scheduled in. And yes, I love it when I'm back, in that recording vibe. Got kind of semi confirmation from the client who's the dog directory we did last week that everything is all okay, so we can send them the final invoice so we can tick that job off. They're probably going to come back to us in the future with some further refinement, or when they have thought a little bit more about doing some other WooCommerce packages. But that dog directory, Monday was a dead day because I had to change everything because there was some back-end issues. But in a way, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, with some little bits of tweaks. So really 3.5 days. So yeah, really, 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 really good. Do you like the fireplace? Ain't that cool? When the lights are all off, it looks even cooler. So if I shut the curtain and it's all like pitch black and everything, it's really soothing and quite nice. In a weird way, right? Isotonic, how are you? Hours drive to get home. Nice to be here. Yeah, be careful though, right? If you are driving, be very careful, Isotonic. Don't get distracted. Please be safe, okay? Hey Sergio, hey Bergschwerk, hey Mia. I'm glad you like the background as well. I actually saw this on a tweet. So the company behind these called Atmos, right? Someone tweeted the fireplace. They took a photo and I was like, oh, I didn't know they had the fireplace. I didn't know that was there. Because they've got tons of backgrounds, you see. So I did a quick search for fire and then loads of fireworks came up. And then this one popped up and I was like, well, what do you know? Hey, Eddie, great to have you here as well, my friend. It's almost like soothing, isn't it? Except you got my voice, which is not soothing. But yeah, cozy, that's the word, Gene. It's very cozy. But I hope you're all okay. I've got a few videos coming out around REM and responsive mode because I feel like, number one, I've had a lot of people say, oh, you don't use it enough. But I also want to kind of remind people that if you want to make your website designs very easy when you come to responsiveness, then this is a really good way to go. Especially if you're trying to remove the need for you to continuously design at every single breakpoint. Time and time again, by the way, don't forget to hit like, hey Maddie, hey Michael. Time and time again, I see people talking about, I've got my ultra-wide breakpoint, I've got my standard desktop breakpoint, got my laptop breakpoint, got my tablet breakpoint, got my horizontal mobile breakpoint, got my normal portrait mobile breakpoint, and I just sort of go, oh my goodness, what are you going to do when you have something that's in between a tablet and a laptop and you didn't fully think about that breakpoint? How many breakpoints can you cater for? And this is where the clamp calculator that we've shared out so many times now is really going to save your life, especially with your paddings and margins as well. But that being said, it's perfectly okay to use pixels for padding and margins as well, because sometimes the layout, in terms of like, if you've decided you're going to have like 20 pixel left and right, it doesn't matter if you use EM, REM or pixels at the end of the day, you're always going to have 20 pixel. Right? It doesn't matter if your device is this big or that big or that big. You're going to have 20 pixel, so get over it. But it's what happens inside with regards to your button font, the padding of your button, the header and all of that's when it matters. That is when you now want it to kind of slipstream from big to small. But margins and paddings, get over it. Height of the damn widget or section container, just use pixels or VH or VW, whatever floats your boat, So I'm just kind of putting the feelers out to everyone that yes, we do use clamp, we do use REM, but it's okay to mix it up with pixel as well, okay? Because this kind of argument is raging on and on and on and on and on and on and on, to the point where one of the people actually left a comment on one of my YouTube posts, which I thought was a bit cheeky, actually. I thought it was damn right cheeky. It was a bit like, you got something to say, come and say it to my face. Don't just leave a snidey comment. But it's fun at the end of the day. So I mean, I'm buzzing at the moment because I'm really happy when you build a directory website and the client actually had a list of 39, not 40, it's 39 things they wanted to tweak. I went and did all of them except 2 things, and they came back and they were like, oh, we didn't expect you to do all of that. It was just us brainstorming tweaks. And I went, well, hey, I had the time to do it. It took 2 hours, but I had the time to do it. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, Eddie. And to be honest, right, yeah, if you're going to use REM for fonts, images, padding, margins, whatever, go for it. You know, you don't have to use them always. Like I've just said, you can use pixels as well. But for font, definitely always go for REM. Because I tell you what, right, this recent website I did, the dog directory one, I built it using I was able to build it, including the directory bits, fine tune all of that, and the WooCommerce, and these blog bits, and some other bits, and the extra pages, within 3.5 days. Mobile responsive and all of that, because you build it by thinking about the responsive side of it. So by using REM, when I built it, I just had to go tablet, mobile, check. Yeah, everything's fine. The only thing I had to do in one of the section was flip the items over. Well, that's easy. You know, if you're using containers, you reverse the column, or if it's in a standard section column, well, you can do that as well. Pretty simple and easy, and that was it. But it meant that I could go and if you follow what I've done in my videos in the last couple of weeks, build the perfect section or container. Build it perfect. The perfect header, the perfect subheader, the perfect text, the perfect button. Build it perfect. And then when you come to replicate, oh, I want another button. Fine, just copy that button from another page, paste it. Everything is perfect. You know it's going to work responsively for your tablet and your mobile. So you don't need to sit there slam dunk wasting time going, oh, what about this? What about that? It's all done for you, and you will fly through pages at an amazing rate. And you will check it on the mobile, but you're checking it. You're not having to redesign it. That's the key bit. You know, there's nothing worse than when you put in text, you haven't checked it for mobile responsiveness, and then you got to go through every text editor over 20 pages, and then it becomes painful. Then you make mistakes. Human error kicks in. You rush it. You get things wrong, and that's why you want to be careful. Hey, Duckett. Hey, Firoz. Hey, Johnny Coconut. To be honest, Eddie, I think... so this is the argument I have quite a lot. When you understand REM, and you understand the mathematics behind it, and then you exactly, Sergio, atomic design. Yes. When you understand it, it makes sense. The trouble is that, look, take Canva, take Photoshop, take all of these places where we download images. Look at TV, for God's sake. Look at TV. Everything is done via pixel, right? The resolution of your phone, your TV, all of that, it's pixel, right? When you go to Canva, when you want to do a size, you can do centimeters, you can do millimeters, but again, it's mainly pixels. That's the way we think, right? WooCommerce images, 500 by 500 pixel. What we don't say is 50 REM, because the root HTML for the REM depends on your page builder and your browser. So 50 REM to one person means something different to someone else. So pixels is hardwired into our heads in the way we think. So when you're learning, it makes absolute sense to learn with pixel. It makes absolute sense, right? To jump straight into REM before you understand pixel is dangerous. And that's why I like to still use pixel. And every now and again, I'll drop off the REM mention as well. Johnny Coconut says, very excited you sold your first website built with Elementor Pro. Hey, Richard. So can you tell me what is the best way to hand over? Do I need to... well, when you say do you need to create a contract, I would like to think you did have a contract. Otherwise, how did you sell it? Number two, what are you responsible for updates on that website, or did you just build it and now they go away? So do you have to have a care plan or something like that? When it comes to handover, it depends. If you are going to be managing the website, you don't really need to hand over much other than checking that the client is happy with the website. You don't need to do much. If, however, they are going to look after the website, then your handover needs to be a video call with you and them, so you know they're paying attention, and you now walk through and show them this is where you go for your product, this is where you go to change your contact form, this is where you add images, you need to do bulk resizephotos.com, you don't do this, you don't do that, but you can do X, Y, Z. So that's what you got to do. Yeah? And what I will stress, I really must stress this. These are things that all of you should think before you ever start to build websites for anyone. You've got to have a master plan in place. What is the strategy and you're going to do? Because it means then that when you finish the job, you now know I've got to go through X, Y, Z. Tick it off, job done. Right? Hey Gary, how you doing? Exactly, Sergio. So once you're into REMs, you never look back. But can you imagine someone telling you jump into REM before you understood Pixel? Your brain would fizzle up, right? Imran, you're having your dinner. Hey, look at that. Doesn't this make you feel warm? If you are in a warm territory right now in the world, I'm really sorry. You're probably burning up now. Eddie, the trouble is, Eddie, I've got so many, right? I've currently got videos scheduled until July the where are we? Let me tell you. I've got videos scheduled until July. Come on, load up. July the 7th. So basically July the 7th. And some of the videos I recorded today, I've scheduled them to come out this week. And then what was going to come out this week, I push back either to the end, or I then restart rejigging my schedule. And anyone who works with YouTube is a pain in the ass when it comes to rejigging things around. I really wish they would improve the way you do it. Anyone who works with videos, it's a pain in the ass. It's not friendly at all. I'm doing okay, Gary. You know what? I'm doing pretty good because the dog directory website we did is practically signed off and they're happy, practically signed off, and got loads of videos done. So I'm on a roll. Because when the summer holidays kick in, my video production's going to go like this. So I want to try and create loads of videos so that if I don't get as much time to record videos, because I'll be looking after Raheem, I know there are videos lined up to go out. I don't want my productivity levels to go like that. A lot of you will probably like it if I stopped doing videos for a week or two, but no, there's always coming out. There's always stuff coming out. Sweating to death, Gary. Very, very. That's what I thought. Dennis, how do you feel about the plugin pods? Personally, now that Advanced Custom Fields has brought out the custom post type UI, I don't really feel the need to go for pods. However, pods does give you the gallery feature and the website URL feature that ACF doesn't unless you have the ACF Pro. So weigh it up as to what you want. Duckett, searching for advice for handing over website. Do you have well, to be honest, Duckett, I don't have any major videos on it. We do have the business course that explains what you need to do. So I'm just going to pop a link in for you here. If you've got the course, you've got the course. If you've not got the course, you're missing out. However, here's my advice when you hand over, right? Are they on a care plan or not? If they're on a care plan, you have a video call just to quickly check they're okay with everything. They pay you and you maintain the website. If they don't have a care plan, then your handover is going to be right. This is how you look after your website. 1 hour, you allow 1 hour. Anything more than that, they have to pay. You make that clear in your proposal. They're allowed up to 1 hour. And you then go over the login, the WooCommerce, the post, the single post template, the updates, the backups, all the stuff they need to manage, okay? Because it's not your responsibility at all. And make sure they understand. And if they feel like they need more help or they want written notes, they have to pay you for it, okay? So we give 1 hour. If you want an extra hour, it's 160. You want us to write notes, the cost goes up. Let me tell you now, okay? Don't think, oh yeah, I'll get the notes in an hour. No, when you're doing screenshots and notes, you'll be on it for about 2-3 hours. Trust me, okay? Because you'll be wanting to make sure it's all right and you've covered everything off and you've made clear what they can and can't do. So you make sure you cost it up. But weigh it up. If they're on a care plan, all you're going to do is have a quick video call, half an hour max. Are you okay? You should be okay. Otherwise, you shouldn't have got to that final stage. Everything's signed off. What's your responsibility? What's my responsibility? I'm looking after your website. So I advise you not to log in case anything messes up. But if they're not, you talk them through 1 hour. Okay? And you make that clear in your proposal. You make that clear. I make it clear, you know, as part of your web design build, you get 1 hour handover video call at the end. If you have a care plan, you get less than that because I shouldn't have to sit there talking to you for 1 hour going, oh yeah, everything's great. We should have ironed all the issues out before we ever got to that handover stage. So Richard, sorry, I'm late to answering your question. No, so this is the Atmos system. You can't see it really. It's an Atmos system. So this is wired into my power. This is all of these videos are loaded onto here, and the company behind this release like 2 or 3 videos, new videos every week. It's a Japanese company, and this is big in Japan. So they're always updating it. And what happens is because it's power. Well, it's any brand new videos are sent via Wi-Fi, so it picks them up. So while I'm watching behind the scenes, if there's new videos, it picks them up, and it's great. And these wires here, so this wire here, Richard, right? This wire here, this is the power. This is not plugged into my computer or anything. It's got inbuilt Wi-Fi, so it just picks everything up. You know, I don't even have to go. I mean, I do have something on my phone where I can start to see what the latest updates are. But then you do have a menu system as well, like this. Right, and then I can start to flick through and look through stuff. And, you know, you can even go and look at weather updates and stuff, which I don't bother. But I just leave it like that. But yeah, it's pretty nifty and cool. Johnny, is it common that clients think we designers are also SEO specialists? Of course they do. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? It's like someone who designs logos. People are going to say, oh, can you also do leaflets? Can you also do brochures? Can you also do book covers? So it's quite easy for people to think that. It's not a bad idea to offer some form of SEO, rank math, keywords, key phrases, you know, some form of strategy, helping them out. But there's different levels of SEO specialists, just like there's different levels of web design and developers and coders. There's different levels everywhere. SQL, there's different levels. Car drivers, right? You're just a car driver, or can you do a Formula 1 car? So there's different levels, but don't call yourself an SEO specialist unless you know that you really are. I say I can support you with SEO. I never call myself an SEO expert or an SEO specialist because there's so much to learn. Dennis, how many care plans do we have, or levels? Well, we have the basic care plan. The basic care plan is your updates, your backups, general maintenance of your WordPress, but no updates. The next level is 3 minor updates per month. After that, then we have like the SEO. But what I do is, actually, let me re-explain that. You have the care plan, which is updates and backups and stuff like that, right? The add-on, there is an add-on for the minor revisions. So you got to have the basic before we do the add-on. Then we have the SEO add-on. You've got to have the basic, and then you have the SEO add-on. And then we have the analytics. It's an add-on. So if you want to have the basic, and you want to have these other 3 add-ons that added on, or you go, I don't want that, but I want the SEO. Or no, I don't want the SEO, I want the analytics. Does that make sense? So you have the basic, and then you have your add-ons. But I let them pick. There is no obligation, and I've got a video on this coming out on, I think it's tomorrow, in fact. I think it is tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. I've got a video coming out tomorrow, which is going to be about care plans. And should you make someone have a care plan? Because I have my own feelings towards that. And I don't like to force it. If you want to go for it, go for it. I had someone once complain about their website weren't doing well on Google. And I reminded them. I literally sent them their proposal. I said, you opted not to go for Rank Math or SEO, Google Search Console, Google Analytics. You opted not to do that. So can we do it? Yes, we can. However, I built your website in November 2021. And this happened very recently, like it would have been. In fact, it was Friday. It happened on Friday. We built your website in November 2021. What I was charging then is very different to now. I can help you out, but here's the cost. And they were like, that's quite a lot. I went, I know, I'm really sorry, but that's the cost. But you don't have to use me. You can go to Fiverr. You can go elsewhere. You can go on Facebook. You will find someone much cheaper than me. But just to let you know, I mean, you don't pay me a care package. So if they go in and they mess up your website, that's between you and them. I'm just letting you know. My advice, get a backup. I'm telling you now, I care about you. Get a backup before you let anyone touch your website. But if you want me to do it, here's the price. And that's the way of the world, right? If they don't take you up on an offer and they come back to you like a year and a half later, I mean, we're talking ages away, like what? 18, 19 months ago? Why would my prices be the same 18, 19 months ago? Life is different. Hey, Eden, how are you doing? Yeah, do you like it? This is the Atmos window from Japan. You can change the backgrounds, you know, Star Wars, whatever. But it's super, super cool. Makes it nice and warm. And by the way, Eden, I'm starting to think about, do I need to go get Ecamm? Because I love how clear the video footage is whenever you guys do recordings and stuff. Well, streaming. Because I always feel like the quality I get via OBS to YouTube isn't as hot, but it's okay for now. Hey, Pickstar, by the way. Sorry, mate, I didn't say hi to you. Don't forget to put in the new logs. Yeah, just lob it in, right? Hey, Sinan, how are you doing? Hey, Sergio. Yeah, clients do get mouthy. They do. The minute you increase your prices, they don't like it. But this is what I say. I make it clear to them, again, at the start. Here's the care plan. If you come to me a year later and you got a major problem, I will charge you my going rate to fix it. Just because I might charge you £40 a year ago to just help you out with some WooCommerce products, now if you come to me, I might charge £160. And you're going to go, that's not fair. I'm sorry, that's the reality of it, okay? That's the reality. So you can either take out a care plan or you just pay whatever is the rate. Who is still using Google Analytics? Classic. Well, I'm connected to GA4. To be honest, very rarely do I ever bother with Google Analytics, and very rarely do any of my clients. That doesn't mean the clients don't care, but these days, you know if you're doing well, if you're getting forms being submitted, sales when you have a shop, phone calls, stuff like that. Sometimes, you know, being told that this post did really well, unless that post is connected to a product to help convert, who cares, right? So I would say, thank you very much. Yeah, so this is just like, I made these in Canva. So this is just OBS. It's just an animated, I think a 20-second something video, I think, MP4. you know, like the green screen and then just some text, and then you just do the overlay and the chroma. You know what I'm talking about, and then the green screen. But that's all it is. It is quite cool because I can just, you know, turn it off and on anytime I want. And it means I can have multiple ones as well. So I could add this in, and then I could add in another one that sits over it, or another one that sits down here. I used to have one that went up this way, floor to ceiling almost. And you can have loads of text on. You can activate them whenever you want. So it's a pretty neat little thing, really. The beauty of Canva, right? The beauty of Canva. I'm okay, by the way, Pixar. I'm okay. I'm feeling really happy though. I'm jived up. My mojo is an all-time high, just because the dog directory client was really happy. And whenever a client says to me, "We love what you've done," it's a wonderful feeling. Akin Sanmi, how do I approach a client who has an in-house developer? The developer wants the project proposal to include key details, including plugin. Well, Akin Sanmi, okay, is the client, right, paying for the proposal? So, in fact, let's break this down, okay? I know you're worried that the developer will take over the entire project and they want you to do the brainstorming, okay? Has the client paid for a proposal or a discovery session? In fact, Akin Sanmi, by the way, please do let me know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I apologize for that if I am. I'm going to call you Aki. So Aki, has the client or this company paid you at the moment so far for anything? Have they paid you for anything at the moment? Because when I do proposals, I will do it with, we're going to build it and we're going to do an e-commerce. I don't have to tell them it's going to be WooCommerce, WooCommerce payments, WooCommerce PayPal payments, WooCommerce something else, whatever. I don't have to tell them all of that. Maybe we've got a product and a course, but you got to buy the course before you can access the product. And then I'm going to use a plugin called Content Restrict Pro. I will just say we will restrict access via a plugin. If they want me to tell them everything, they need to pay for it. It's like hiring a project manager. If you hire someone to brainstorm for you, right, to pour out their blood and sweat, you need to be paying them for it. Okay, and this is where I can be a real jerk. I will say, look, I'll do a full-blown proposal, but this is going to take longer. If you now want me to tell you step by step, this is going to take a while, so I will need to be pre-commissioned for it. So I would say, get them to pay you for 3 hours worth of work. What is your going rate for an hour? Multiply by 3. That is the Word document that you're going to do with the plugins, possible methodology. You know, you don't go down to step 1, step 2, step 3, but you will maybe talk, say, okay, we're going to have a header template, a footer template. We're going to get our images. We're going to custom load the font. We're going to use this plugin. We may need to get an API key, XYZ, connect to PayPal, business account. So if you're going to do all of that, by the way, Mike, you are right. I have been thinking about the Elgato Stream Deck for a while, actually. I have been thinking about that. So Akin Sanmi, Aki, if you're going to do it, let them know you'll do it, but they're going to have to pay. Now, if they say we're not paying, walk away. Or speak to the client and tell them, look, I will give you a rough cost, an idea, but that's it. If you want me to give you the full-blown detail, you have to pay for it. It's what's known as a discovery session, because I'm going to spend 3 or 4 hours of my time creating this, and then you may not use me. There's no commitment here. There's no contract. There's no prepayment or a deposit, okay? So you're not asking for a deposit, but they've got to pay for it. And if they don't want to do it, you walk away, okay? You walk away. And you might say, yeah, but I lose the project. I lose money. No. You're protecting yourself. Because if you smell a rat, hey George, if you smell a rat, that rat's going to bite you on the ass. And I'm telling you, right, when you're bent over, right, and you're sorting out the REM and the pixel and the images, right, and you're bent over, that rat is going to sneak under and bite you on the arse. And it's going to take a chunk of you out. And you are going to spend the rest of your day wondering what would have happened if I had just been careful. So please do watch out. Exactly, Michael. I agree with you there. I agree with you. I think Google Analytics is overrated. It's just something you got to do, isn't it, to help Rank Math pull back these stuff. Owie, is it possible to use code instead of plugins? Yes, you can, but you have to be careful. You got to test it out. Okay, Owie? So you've got to test out your code on a test website, make a backup, staging site, never load any code from ChatGPT. I don't care if your grandma gave you the code. You don't load it on your real website. You double check what you're doing. Johnny, how would you price a website? Well, how long is it going to take? How long is it going to take? Yeah? How long would it take for you to do a one-page website as opposed to a 10-page? Now let's switch it. A one-page website, 2 one-page websites. This is 2 sections. This is 20. This is going to take longer, right? Then you got a 20-page website. Are they simple pages or complex pages? What about e-commerce? What about directory? What about appointment bookings? What about like a video Zoom live chat thing built in as well? Right? So you got to think about what you're doing, how you're doing it, how easy is it? Do you know what you're doing? Do you know what to use? What's the strategy? Who can you call upon if you get stuck? Forum, team, web squadron is? Where can you go? Can you actually deliver, or are you guessing you can deliver? Oh, I think I can watch a video and work it out. Strategize, because if you said to someone, hey, I want to build an extension, and someone comes along to build the extension, you want to know the cost they give you, the proposal or the quote they give you takes into account how long it's going to build. What you don't want is halfway through to go, oh, you know what? I underestimate. It's going to get twice as long. We've got to double the cost. Oh, I didn't think about your roof. I thought, oh, I didn't know we were doing the roof. Oh, we're just building the walls. Do we have to do the roof? Oh, damn, yeah. I was going to stretch a bit of film or material over it. Yeah. And, oh, damn, a rat just bit my arse. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? You know, so you think about all these things, yeah? To be honest, Johnny, if you're saying their current website is ranking number 1, have you matched the keywords? Number 1. Number 2, is it the same URL? Number 3, have you matched the keywords and the key phrases? Hey, Brian, how you doing? Aki, by the way, Aki, we do have a Facebook group. If you go to Facebook, search for Web Squadron. I'd love to know more about how your journey goes with this client. Do you get there? Do you walk away? Do you have bad blood? Do you shake hands? Do you get married? What do you do? I'd love to hear more about that when the time comes. Richard, establish the value of your time, then calculate the cost based on how many days. Exactly. Richard's nailed it. In fact, Richard said it better than me. Right? Richard is right now just sat on a sofa with his feet up and he still nailed it better than me. Exactly, Brian. I agree with you. I just think that Google Analytics is just like a fancy way of feeding into Rank Math just to show roughly what's your position, how many views you're getting and stuff like that, how many impressions. I mean, I think it's a little bit useless in a way because you could have 1 million people come to your website every day. But if they do not convert to purchase a product or a course or watch a video or email you, then what's the point? Do you get what I mean? I know loads of people, they go, yeah, we're on number 1. I mean, I'm like, so your business is doing well? No, we're not doing really well yet, but we're paying someone to be number 1, so we're right there, but you're not converting. So the point of the SEO kind of is like, kind of thing. You know, the whole point, really good posts encourage you to learn and think with a product that says, hey, this is going to help you achieve all of that with less time, more efficient. We're going to hold your hand. It's tried and tested, and you will succeed. They are going to help you out more. If you just put out a post going, hey, everybody, look at the socks I bought. I don't care. Your website's meant to be about WordPress. Why do I care about your socks? That's good enough for Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook. But on your website, I need something else. Hey, Artif. By the way, Artif, we never hear about your uncle. Are things good? How is your uncle these days? We never hear about him. I'm guessing you don't talk to him, or maybe you did. So how are things with your uncle? Shaveen, when I add my global fonts to the buttons, it adds padding to the widget. Have you got any padding in your global fonts? So in Elementor, have you got any padding in there? Have you got any padding in your typography? Maybe it could be based on your theme. What's the theme you're using? Are you using Hello? Have you got any custom CSS anywhere where you did go and add any padding in? When you say, so I think you've probably got it added in somewhere. So you got to just kind of find that out. Yeah, so Johnny, to be honest though, Johnny, is it the same URL for the website? So have you done it on a staging site, or is it a complete brand new website? Because if it's a brand new website, you got to match the key phrases and the key posts. So it all depends, Johnny, on what you did. So tell me more. There's an existing website ranking number 1. What's this new website? Where is it? Staging website? Brand new domain? What is it? Vishvast, please tell me genuine website to buy GPL. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you to go and buy proper plugins and themes. Simple answer. Kaput. Okay, I'll tell you now. I'm not going to tell you where to go because I can't guarantee that what you get won't have malware, won't corrupt you, won't be a problem. Okay, I'm not going to tell you that. What you need to do is go and find the one you need to find and buy it proper. Hit like if you can. Okay. My uncle is doing really well from what I hear. Still a tight arse. My beef with him seems to have shifted to someone else who you know. Oh, yes, well, Artif, when you say your beef has shifted to someone you know, I don't know them, but I know who you mean, okay? I don't know them. And I'm just going to do you know what? I'm just going to keep doing what I want, you know, and unless they start to get personal. What I don't like, though, is that they're being personal in an indirect way. They won't say Imran. When they start to use words like chump, unprofessional, YouTubers who tell you this, you know who they're referring to. And I'm like, if you're going to say it, just say it. Yeah, don't beat about the bush. Don't say YouTubers, chumps. If you're going to say it, just say it, right? You know, get rid of all of that, you know, commando, maverick kind of, you know, like talk, right? Keyboard warrior, video warrior. Say it like it is. Line height could be a problem. Exactly. Could be line height. Could be loads of stuff. So you got to check your global fonts. I can't even remember who mentioned that now. So, Johnny, you built a new website with SiteGround. Migrate it over and replace it. Well, Johnny, when you migrate it over, you're right, and you replace the old one, you're going to lose the rank math and the keywords. You do know this, right? So the old website has whatever it has on there. When you migrate over, right, it's going to overwrite. So now you have to find out, what did they do on the old website? What did they do on the old website? And you now have to match that. You're not late, VJ. You're never late, all right? Think of it as you're early. In a parallel universe, you're early, okay? In fact, think of it like this, yeah? I'm not dead yet, so you're early. If I was dead, then you're late. Yeah. So, Johnny, back to you. You need to find out what they did. The danger is existing website, rank 1 on Google, new website, no rank math, and you migrate. You might stay at number 1 for a day or two, and then it's going to slip because you've got no. I mean, of course, though, Google Search Console might still have the old sitemap in, but eventually the new one will go in, and all of those keywords are going to get wiped out. So you got to protect yourself. Shaveen uses hello. Not used any custom CSS. Yeah, to be honest, Shaveen, okay, Shaveen, right? Here's what you do. You go to your website on not logged in, but just you view it live, you right click on the button, you inspect it. What do you see in the CSS bit? Does it show you a particular type of padding? Does it show you what's going on? So that's what you got to do. You right click and inspect it, and then that might suddenly spark a memory. You might go, ah, yes, I know what I remember now. You'll be like, oh yeah, that day I had a kebab, my tummy burned, I went to the toilet, straight after the toilet, I went and did this. It will spark a memory and you'll know what to do. Have you had reasons to use other themes apart from Hello, Aki? Yes, my listing. The only other time I use a different theme with Elementor is the My Listing theme when I'm doing a directory. Yep, that's my thing. Yeah, I mean, Gary, you are right, though. You are right. Even pro themes can have problems, yeah. How to reset theme without deleting existing post? Well, to be honest, Vishwas, this is what you do. You go to WordPress, you export the post. You go to WordPress, you go to Tools, Export, and then you pick Post and you export the post. Then you reset the website, then you import the post. So you can import and export the post to wherever you want. Yeah? Hey, Jimmy, how are you doing? Hey, I'm glad you're loving the fire. Go and jump in, Jimmy. Go give yourself a burnt ass. It's kind of nice, isn't it? I mean, I can see this working like really, really well when it's winter time. And we have the lights all off, and I've shut this. I mean, this curtain's open, which is why there's a lot of light coming in. But when you shut that off and it's a lot darker, you know, and I turn off all the lights, then you're going to get that much more cozier kind of feel. And that's when I can pop on some of these lights. You know, like these, my lights that I've got here and there. So we get that nice cozy feel. So we can do that in the winter time. But not right now. Yeah, Shaveen, have a go. Okay, have a go. And I hope that works out for you. I understand your pain. It would really like bug me. But what you got to do is right click it, inspect it, somewhere you're going to see what it's doing. And then you got to have a stopgap and think now and go, well, you must have done something somewhere. You know, you must have added it somewhere. So just go back and double check what you're doing there. I'm experimenting with a few different layouts at the moment as well. So I'm literally just like scrolling around on the internet trying to find images of example website designs because I want to replicate them for some videos. So I'm looking at one where we've got a fixed sidebar. I did a video on that a while, 2 years ago now, I think. And I want to redo those videos, but I want to do them in a more, a better way. REM, clamp, all of that. Get you guys to start thinking about responsive. By the way, though, we reviewed 5 websites yesterday. So I know I don't advertise it a lot, but if anyone wants a website to be reviewed, email it over, okay? And when you email it over, we stick it on screen and we go through it. So I'm just double checking that no one has sent anything over at the moment. I've got a question coming from someone here about something. I've got an invoice that I need to send over to the dog directory website. I do think I underpriced that one now. I do think I underpriced it by quite a bit. And I think because I kind of knew them, I don't know why, but I underpriced a little bit. And I realized afterwards, why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. So one of my big lessons to you all is sometimes your heart takes over your brain, okay? And you're building a website, and because you know them, you sometimes underprice ever so slightly. It wasn't a huge amount, but it was an amount. I'd say nearly 25%, roughly, give or take. And you kind of go, why did I do that? Why did I do it? Your heart, right? And I'm going to say, don't do that. Don't let your heart govern what you do, okay? Luckily, this job went really, really well. We're on the same wavelength. They gave me a lot of control. They let me make changes. They let me completely redo their hero banner. And I was like, I really think you should do this instead. And they were like, wow. Not only does it look brilliant on the desktop, but on the mobile, they never even thought of doing this. And I was like, there you go. You know, what you were doing was good, but you really want to like attract attention, you know, rather than your dog being here. When you have a mobile screen, you know, you got a mobile screen like that, have your dog's face coming out here, you know, so it's popping into the screen. So on the desktop, your dog is like that and he's peering up like that, like, hello. But on the mobile, right, let's put the dog up here. So now he's peering in from the side like that. He's coming in from the side, hello. And then you got your wording. So number one, your wording and your dog aren't clashing. Otherwise, you're trying to get your words to fit around the dog, which looks a bit weird because now all your words are going like that because your dog's like that. But when you get your dog to come in like that, your words can go like that and you're not clashing. And it works. It works. Do you remember the last time I asked a solution for bot attacking my client's site? I do, Imran. Did you ever get anywhere with that? Johnny, should I log into the current account? To be honest though, Johnny, do you have permission to go to the current website? Do you even know where to look? Who built the current website? Did they use Yoast, Rank Math, All-in-One, Squirrely, SEO Press? What did they use? Because you could go to Rank Math and export. If they're using Rank Math, you go in and you can export all of their Rank Math settings, like literally everything. But here's where you're going to have a problem. When you import it, are the pages the same name? Is the content the same? And I hate to say it, Johnny, but these are the things that if you knew you had to get their SEO right as well, you need to be thinking about that at the time you were building it. So, right, here's your existing homepage. What have you got? What's your keywords? Where are they being used? Brand new? In fact, I'm even going to go a stage further. What you should have done is rather than building brand new, you should have made a staging site. You take the existing website, okay, and you make a copy. You do all your changes here. And then you modify or tinker with the SEO where needed. Optimization, add plugins, remove plugins, delete, whatever you want to do. So that when you then migrate it over, it would migrate over and all it would do is improve what they had. Because it had everything built in and all you did was tinker with it. So really, rather than building a brand new website, that's what you should have done. But I don't know if that's too late to do that or if you did do that. Karim, do you know any plugins that work like FastPress? But Karim, why does it not work for you? Is it because you need to ask your host provider to install an SQL table? So you're saying it does not work for you. Why does it not work for you? VJ, you have an idea. Now that all your live videos are having some title and to be honest, VJ, I've been meaning to do that. I have been meaning to do that, but people watching my live chats on replay is not the be-all and the end-all, if I'm honest, right? I mean, I could go in right now and modify the titles and, you know, maybe I do that. Maybe I give all of my upcoming streams a unique title to try and make people feel like they're getting something out of it. But I care more about people watching my other videos, whereas the live chats are just me having a bit of fun, a bit of community, coming together spirit with all of you, and we just have a laugh. Yeah, I know, Brian. Just to think the word Yoast makes me shake as well. Okay, Imran, I'm glad that activity stopped for you. Hopefully it does not come back. Yeah, so Johnny, I mean, look, you got to think now about, and this is now where I'm going to be really blunt now, okay? In the How to Design a Website course, I talk a lot about strategy and about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. So you need to know, here's all the things I'm going to do. I will build a website. Okay, how will you go about it? Bricks, Elementor, Breakdance, Gutenberg, what are you doing? I will do SEO. How are you going to do it? I will offer you analytics. How do I do it? I will do a makeover. How do I do it? So am I going to do if I do a makeover, that is different to building a brand new website. A makeover is rejigging everything they had. Therefore, you create a staging site. unless what they had before was ultra bad, then you have no choice but to start new. So you got to think about, what do you offer? And then how are you going to do it? What you shouldn't do is go, well, I build websites. Yeah, we'll do a makeover. Yeah, we'll do this for you. Yeah, we'll do that for you. And you treat everything the same. Building a website is different to a makeover, is different to SEO improvement, is different to page speed optimization, where they don't want you tinkering with the website, but they want it to run faster or whatever. So you got to think about, different stuff. Karim, yes, it says, right, yeah, so Karim, who is your host? Who's your host, Karim? Who's your host provider? If you say GoDaddy, I'm going to kick you out. If you say Bluehost, I'm going to kick you out. No, I won't. But who is your host? Who's your host? Yeah, exactly, Brian. And for me, I do think that watching live chats on replay can be a bit of a funny experience. When you watch it on replay, I'm not sure how they come across because it's a replay. And we're not always learning things, are we? We're often having a rant or a talk or a discussion about our thoughts and feelings about WordPress, web design, or tools and stuff out there. Hey, Richest Domains, how are you doing? Harbour Dog, I'm surprised given your popularity that your channel has 2.9. To be honest, Harbour Dog, look, we are growing. We are growing. We were at 10,000 in September. We're now at 22, nearly 23. Hopefully today we hit the 23 mark. So we are growing at a great rate. However, you have to accept that not everyone's going to like me or my style. They're not going to like the way I talk. I'm not as easygoing as some people. Some YouTube influencers are very easygoing, and they just talk and it sounds like music. I'm not easygoing. I can trigger people because I have my views about how I like to approach things. I have my way of doing what I do, but I hope we keep growing. I don't want us to plateau and then start to lose people. I hope we keep growing. It's why we keep producing what we do. I mean, when I say we, I keep producing what I do. But then, we see how things go. Hey. Atif says hey to everyone that has said hey. So Karim, you haven't answered my question. Who is your host provider? Right? Who's your host provider? Is it local? Is it, I don't know, who's your host provider? Thank you, Richard, very much. And by the way, it's a lot is down to the community as well. I can talk and just rant all the time. However, when we have so many people here, names I recognize all the time coming back in and out, stay for a bit, stay off for a bit, whatever. It's great because you all start to connect with each other as well. Thank you very much, Isotonic. By the way, there is no real topic, Artif. We never really do on the live chats, do we? And by the way, if anyone ever wants me to review, just email over and we can do a quick review online. I am very protective of the Web Squadron Facebook group. If I notice that anyone is being spamming, you get kicked out. And by the way, when I kick you out, I don't just kick you out, I ban you. I also ban you from ever returning to the group. I am hardcore on the group, okay? So if I know that anyone is spamming, if they're being obscene, abusive, aggressive, if I notice that they are mocking people, like, oh, you're a load of shit or whatever, I'm not having that. I'm not going to let if you look at the breakdance group, the bricks group, the elemental group, loads of groups out there, there's always there's a bit of toxicity somewhere. And often you get told, well, you can't eliminate it completely. I disagree with that. You can eliminate it. Okay? I was the head of business analytics. If I noticed toxicity in the teams, people working together, team with other teams, I would nip it in the bud. I'd get them together. We'd talk or talk to them individually. I'm not having it. I'm not having this kind of we can be snidey to each other. We can indirectly attack each other or whatever. Make someone feel really awful or imposter syndrome or inferior. I'm not having it, because we were all there once as well. We all had to learn WordPress and coding. We were there as well. So we know what it's like when someone was like, oh, don't you know how to do that? What? You don't know how to right click and inspect? You don't know how to like build a menu? Like, come on, man. You call yourself a web designer? We were there. We were there. So we need to be the ones that help other people as well. Okay? It's like if you play World of Warcraft and you have the veterans, the legends, you know, you would hope that if you're like, do you know where this place is? They go, yeah, it's over there. You don't go, I don't know. You're a newbie. Find it yourself. And they run off. You'd be like, what? All I did was ask a simple question. Isotonic, the M1 is shut at Milton Keynes. Why is that? What's going on? Isotonic, this sounds kind of not so good. To be honest, Eden, if I know there's something not right, I will point it out. But at the same time, it's more constructive and it's more about, think about your layout, think about your content, think about what you got over there. So Eden, don't worry, we're not bad, okay? I am mindful. The last thing I want to do is go, oh, this is tragic. But if it's really bad, I will say you really need to think hard about what you're doing, because this reflects on you at the moment. Karim is okay. Karim, I get it. Hey, Karim, I love that you're an intern. Hey, good on you for asking the question, though. Okay, good on you for asking the question. So the hosting is OVH SAS. I don't know who they are. So here's what you need to do. Okay, here's what you need to do. Contact your host and tell them to install that SQL table. When you are setting up WordPress and all of this other shit, they should be doing all of that. And that means they're not. And if they don't know what that is, you should consider moving to a different host. I'm telling you now, they should know what that is, and they should be able to install that in the back end. And then you should be good to go. Can you show a demo of your supercores? To be honest, VJ, if I show you a demo, I'll be giving away all the stuff. So, unfortunately, no. I'll tell you what the demo is. The demo is this. Me. What you're going to get is loads of images, PDFs, rather than loads of videos that are going to talk you through what you need to be thinking about with your business and your services and all of that. Hey, richest domains, I do believe it. A lot of people... Facebook was massive 14 years ago, 2009. It was massive. By the time it got to 2011, I started using Facebook less and less and less and less and less. The only reason I came back to Facebook was because around about 2016, 17, I realized it's the best place for groups, communities. Twitter was not the best place for communities. Facebook, building your community was, and that's why I came back to use it more. So we've gone round in a circle with Facebook, to be honest. Oh, Eden, don't worry. Look, Eden, you know, if you ever do want a site review, do let me know. Nice one, George. The Popeye effect. The Popeye effect. Do you know who OVH are? I don't know why it's not ringing any bells with me, OVH. Hey, Leonardo, how you doing? Hey, Julian, sorry. You're starting a freelance web design project. Hey, are you using Elemental or are you using Bricks? Go and watch our recent videos. They are big videos, but hopefully they help you to understand page speed optimization, thinking about your SEO and your building technique as well. Karim, yeah, in the meantime, is there a smaller plugin I can use? Look, to be honest, okay, Karim, I did a video last year. Go to January 2022. I did a page speed video in 2022, which used Auto-Optimize and WP Fastest Cache. You can go and use that. They should work for you. However, I would strongly recommend that you go and get your SQL injected, whatever database thing updated. Scratchable, no, it's footage. That's footage. That's footage that we're playing at the moment in the background. I mean, you know, this is, yeah, it's a screen. Eden, I agree about Facebook communities. Discord is coming for that crown. They are. Yeah, Discord is good, but there's something about it's easier to comment on stuff and jump around with Facebook than I find with Discord at the moment. Discord is good, but from a community spirit, Facebook is pretty damn good on what it does there. Do you know what, Richard? Google Plus and Hangouts could have been brilliant, but boy did they get it wrong, right? The whole Hangout thing with the Venn diagram collaboration, like, you know, it's like, oh, look, let's collaborate. It was like virtual erotica. Just didn't work. Oh, really? Oh, great, George. So when I asked the question, who's OVH again? And George goes, yeah, it's the hosting company that had their build burned down a few years ago. I'm sure they can sort out the WordPress database. Hey, look, Jimmy, you don't need to worry, mate, okay? You've got lots on. You have life. You have a work, okay? You have a partner. You have a dog, right? You have students, right? You never have to apologize. By the way, none of you ever should apologize for either being late, for not being here. You owe me nothing. I owe you all more because you've helped to make the Web Squadron community bigger and better. You bring the talent, you bring the love, you bring the attention, you bring the creativity. You bring the passion and the enthusiasm for me to keep doing this. Now and again, it's crossed my mind, shall I continue doing the live chats? What if we call it a day? You know, we've got the Facebook group now. You know, I could call it a day. I don't have to keep doing this. I could do it once a week. I could do it twice a week. Why do I do it Monday to Friday? But then I feel like I'm letting some of you down. And I'm letting myself down. And there's always going to be new people that come along with questions. Aki, Karim, Scratchable, people I don't recognise names. New people that I hope keep returning. And that is why I want to keep doing this, because we're just going to keep growing the community. And you know what? I don't get paid for the size of the community. Every time you hear, I'm not getting paid for it. The Facebook group could be 1 million people. Doesn't mean we get any money from it. But if I know now that we are supporting each other through the good, the bad and the ugly, with our web designs, with our freelancing, with our business ideas, with our problem solving, with creating plugins and all of that, if we are sharing things to do, you know, the Reincubate Camo app. So if you want to do video recording, go and get the Reincubate Camo app. Start streaming from your phone. You don't need to go and spend hundreds of pounds and dollars on a 4K webcam. Use that instead. If you feel like you want to be using tools and stuff, I'm using OBS. It is free. The Reincubate Camo, £70 or $70. Lifetime. Never pay again. Got a few cables, got a little bit of a disc on my phone to get rid of the glare on my glasses. The microphone was £100, I give it that, but at least I've got one which is a dynamic, tried and tested. What can we learn from one another? Because the more we help each other out, one day, some of us won't be here. Let's get serious for a moment. One day, some of us won't be here. One day I won't be here. But I hope to leave behind a legacy. And I hope that people go, hey, yeah, Imran was good. George was all right. Jimmy, yeah, he was fine. Pickstar, yeah, not sure about that one, really. Artif, you know, I hope him and his uncle are having a great time today. Mia, the animals, where is she parked today? Which camper van site has she gone to? This is why I love what we do, yeah? This is why I love what we do. This is the way, absolutely, mass stigma. Johnny, how would I save this client job? Look, Johnny, find out if you can log into their existing website and find out what did they do there for their SEO. All right, you're going to have to do a bit of homework now. You're going to have to go in and find out, well, what did they use? Can I see the keywords? Maybe they didn't do so much, so it's easy for you to replicate, but you're now going to have to go in and do a bit of homework. This is the Fifine dynamic microphone. Let me just write it down here. It's called the Fifine dynamic microphone. Why do I say dynamic microphone? If you have now, a lot of YouTubers and videos always talk about condenser microphones. Condenser microphones pick up the noise, right? They pick up the hum noises. They'll pick up even if you're in a room and you got nothing on, you can always hear a bit of a humming noise. It's like the world. Inside of the world is Unicron, right? He's inside right now, Unicron. He's going to burst out one day and like punch you in the ass, right? It picks it up. The dynamic microphone, right, has to be pointed to your mouth. So watch what happens when I do that. I love doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Notice the sound. Now, you still would have heard me, but it would have got distant. And all I was here. If you have a condenser microphone and you're here, it will sound like you're here. It literally picks everything up. So my son right now, I can hear him in the other room talking. You probably can't hear him, but I can hear him. But he's too far from the microphone. The condenser microphone would have picked him up. And then you got to go through sound and audio and this and that, and you're messing around. It gets messy. This is £120, I think, at the time I got it from Amazon. It's got some funky lights on it. You know, if you want to see the lights, you probably can't see the lights, actually. There you go. I don't like to show the lights all the time, so I like to deactivate them. You got your mute button. Very quickly, I can mute it. I can change the volume on here. It works. It does the job. And when I do edit, I do modify. I hit the reduce background hum noise, hum reduction, and that's about it. You know, so I don't need to start messing around with equalizers and all of that. Oh, man, Artif, I just read what you said there. He won't accept your pricing. No way. No. Artif, I'm really... Has he got the same surname as you, just so I can keep an eye out for him? So Johnny goes, should I migrate their current website to a project account where I can modify to maintain? It depends, Johnny. How long is it going to take you? Is it worth it? You know, what are you getting paid for this? So is it worth it? But you got to think about these, all right? Thank you, Leonardo. I'm glad you're liking it. Oh, mate, Gary, I don't even know what the hum noise is with 650, 60 hertz. I don't know. I really don't know. It took me ages to realise that I need to get one of these for my phone. You know, one of these to stop the glare on my glasses. Of course, I'm going to get glare from the window and these lights, you know, but the amount of glare I was getting from these, unbelievable glare. Now I get, like, practically none. If I do this, right, you see that glare? That's coming from the lights because I'm now pointed upwards towards the lights. But if I'm down, look, it's pretty neat, isn't it? Damn good. You just put it on, twist it, and it stops. It literally stops the screen. It's magic. This is magic, right? Look, if I turn it, can you see the fire behind me? Watch this. Watch what happens when I turn it. Wait, let me get it right. Look at the fire. You can see my hand, but the fire is gone. I turn it again and you can see the fire. Look, you can see my hand, but the fire is almost just blurred out or darkened out. How crazy is that? Eden, hold on. Let me just put a link for you, Eden. Hold on, Eden. Let me get you a link. Because I actually did a video on this. I did a video on this about 2 weeks ago. So glare. Here you go. There you go. Let me just pop it in, Eden. Go and watch that video, Eden. That's the video you need to watch. It was, I think it was 20 quid because it comes with a clip, and the clip just clips onto your iPhone, right? You clip it on, so you clip it, stays there forever, and then you just turn the dial, and that was it. And that was it, everybody. What software do I use for editing? iMovie. Literally, iMovie is free. I mean, obviously, you got to buy your Mac Mini or your MacBook or whatever, but iMovie. How is this plugged in? This is plugged in via USB. So it before it goes into the USB, it's got some sort of like little adapter thing that comes, it's already attached. Everything's attached. This plugs in to my Mac Mini via USB. That's it. Literally USB. Aki, how do you handle Google font for a website you previously designed? You got to go through, you've got to load your custom font and then systematically go through your pages, Aki. There's no easy way around it. You got to systematically go through now and ensure that your fonts are using your custom loaded font. There's no easy way around it. So you got to weigh up, is it worth doing? Take care, Richard, by the way. Nice one, Eden. I hope you like it. It's I think it was 25 quid. You can get these ones, right? These are cheaper. The trouble is, though, trying to attach this to your iPhone is, forget it, right? Just forget it. The other one has a clip, so it just clips, and it literally just, it's like that, right? You get no light seeping in, as you can see now. It's just brilliant, right? It's like, woo, look at this avatar, right? It's brilliant. Oh, Gary, I'm not even going to start thinking about Adferrite beads or anything like that. I am not even going to start to think about anything like that. Okay, everyone, look, I have been live now for 1 hour and 11 minutes. So I'm going to give it a 2-minute warning. And then I'm going to jump off and go and grab something to eat. Go and talk to my son. You know, I picked him up from school, got him an ice cream on the way home. He loved that. He was just like, he was like, wow. Got him an ice cream cone. You know, ice cream man was there. And I've even said to him later on, because the ice cream guy, we know him. And he's Raheem's friend as well. And he was like, oh, cool. And he always comes to our street as well about 6:30. So 6:30, Raheem's going to get another ice cream. That's 2 ice cream cones in the space of 3 hours. You know, what kind of life? That's what I call blackmailing my son. Hey, look, you know, if you're good and you listen, and we don't argue and everything's good, you get another ice cream. Okay. All right, I'm going to say take care to everyone. I hope you had fun. I hope you've enjoyed today's session. You know I love having you all here, but please, please, please never feel like you have to be here. Never feel like you have to join in. Never feel like you have to apologize if you're busy. Never, ever do that. I would rather know you had the time to do it rather than feeling like you had to, okay? Go and enjoy the rest of your day. Go and enjoy the rest of your life, whatever you're eating. I'll see you all tomorrow at the earlier time, midday. You know the schedule. No worry. Great to have you here, by the way, Eden, and thanks for sticking around as well. By the way, Eden is part of the Reincubate Camo team. Okay, so Eden is part of the Reincubate Camo team, and I am going to give a shameless plug here and say it is brilliant. You know, do you remember I must have gone through 4 different webcams. I even got the Elgato face cam, but the settings did my head in. It just wasn't the Elgato face cam, the one everyone loves to talk about. I even went for like I can't remember what the name of it is now. Do you remember I had that other one I bought? They were great, but Reincubate Camo kept winning back for me. By the way, say hi to Lena as well, Mia. Aki says, can you do a short tutorial showing how to do it? To be honest, I could do, Aki. I might do one tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Did you even notice
I did. How can you not notice you? You walk in, right? You don't tiptoe, and you're eating chocolate. Anyway, look, say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye. Take care, everyone. That's right, the Instalink. That's right, the Instalink 360. It's a great camera. Don't get me wrong here, Eden. It's a great, great camera. But when you work it out, I was like, hold on a second, right? You know, the amount of money you spend on it, it was like, actually, I'm going to get that money back and spend on other stuff. Right, okay, everyone. I'm going to say goodbye now. Take care. Stay safe. Remember, watch out for Unicron. He's inside of this earth. If you ever hear a humming noise, that's Unicron. And one day, right, when you're working really hard, you're going to feel a metal hand kick your ass. So watch out. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye.